Hello guys, welcome back. It's Marina from the Butterfly Effect, and I'm doing a weekly reading for earth signs, Capricorn, Virgo and Taurus, and I have male and female clarifiers for the coming week. I've laid it out just to save a bit of time. So we have the Golden Phoenix as the overall message, which is something you thought was gone, something you thought finished, burst back into life. Passion and desire, will and force, and a new intelligent direction are all on your agenda. Health and fitness are also part of your new theme. Firing up your metabolism is a very strong desire and a sacred duty. You can become stronger, fitter, leaner and healthier. The Golden Phoenix does not speak of having a certain body type, but he will show you how to recreate that which you have been gifted with. Health can be reinvigorated. You may learn to run faster, play a sport or take up yoga. Your physicality can be reshaped with the Golden Phoenix. You reach new levels of athleticism. If you follow the Golden One's advice, your own body will be at its most harmonious and comfortable, and it will be working well and supporting you. Candles, lighting, fires and meditating on purifying your diet and following through on the Golden Phoenix's messages will help you recreate yourself. So you retreated, rested and you recovered, and now you will reignite. You thought something or someone was done, dead in the past, but this once a lifeless thing of ashes is about to flame back into full existence. Slightly odds with a couple of the readings here. It may apply for some, but this might be the outcome, let's say, which would be put a different slant on it entirely. So I'm starting off with Capricorn. Firstly, we have got the Door to Spirit and the Two of Swords here. Now the Two of Swords is quite blocked energy. This is usually my warring parents at home card. You know, you can be maybe fighting with your partner, but there's someone who's not wanting to listen here. This is someone who's very much shut down. If there is a lot of you know, discord around them, they're almost at the point where they're disassociating. This is often a child who is put between two parents who are maybe, you know, fighting over them, going through a custody battle, or just, you know, messing with the kid's head basically. But it is just blocked energy, and it's something that does need to be addressed, Capricorn, because you have the Door to Spirit here, and this is what's trying to get through that you're probably not listening to. This is, you know, new beginnings. It's a deeper understanding of yourself that you may not be prepared to acknowledge. It can be heightened intuition. Again, these messages are not getting through, or you're not allowing them to come through. It can be more powerful with your healing practices if that's something you're involved in. But it's telling you to be open to unexpected guidance about your true identity and your true pathway. But for whatever reason, Capricorn, you're not prepared to listen. So you need to be a lot more receptive, because this is a fantastic card to have with the Golden Phoenix in that combination. So you need to be more receptive overall. So for my female Capricorns, I have got the Nine of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. Now, it could be that what you're not prepared to listen to, what you're not prepared to see, because he has his eyes closed and his ears covered, is that possibly someone that you're in a relationship with actually wants to be single and on their own, maybe not permanently, but they may want a time out or a break. Yeah, they maybe just want to have a break, and that's what the Ace of Swords here is. I mean, it's communication. It can be conflict, mental clarity. You're getting the truth in the Ace of Swords, but it seems to be with the Two of Swords as your main energy, a truth that you're maybe not that keen to hear. This can obviously be vice versa, but this is what I'm getting for you, Capricorn. It may be that you want to tell someone you want to be single. You maybe want to become self-employed, and that's a truth that someone's not that keen on either. But there's most certainly communication. You may literally just be getting communication from a single person if you're a single Capricorn and not involved with anyone. You may be getting news that someone has become single where they were maybe in a relationship previously. And you need to be open to that, because something you thought was finished burst back into life here. So this could be a very positive week for you, Capricorn, if you just open your eyes and open your ears and be that bit more receptive. Now for my masculine Capricorns, I have got the Empress with the Eight of Cups. The Empress is, oh crikey, I can't pick these cards up. The Empress has come through as a scribe, so there may be some communication here that again you're blocking. You may be blocking communication from someone, or you may not want to hear what they have to say. This Empress may be your mother, it can be your partner, the mother of your children, but maybe they have, the news is that they, it's not, it could be, if it is news, then it's something in writing that they want to leave the relationship, that's what you don't want to hear, or if you're in separation from someone, it may be that you don't actually want to hear why, possibly. But again, I'm coming back to something you thought was finished burst back into life. So this could be the complete opposite. If you are in separation from someone, if you have had a break from your wife, your partner, this may be them coming back around. It may be, this is Demeter and Persephone, so this is mother and daughter. You might have, the house just might be a bit up in the air just now with your wife and your daughter. At each other's throat here in the Two of Swords. They could be the ones that are arguing and you're literally stuck in the middle. Or it could be your mother and your wife are, you know, not getting on very well and you're just trying to, you know, shut down to it. I mean, as again, I'll come back to the Golden Phoenix, so whatever's really negative, something that you would like back, it does seem to be really quite possible, but you do need to be more receptive. You need to be prepared to see what is in front of you and hear the whole truth, nothing but, because your instincts are blocked here, Capricorn men, with my instinct card in reverse, so this is very similar to this. So this door to spirit is trying to, you know, get through to you, maybe, you know, psychic downloads or just, you know, a friendly advice. It can be a tarot reading, but there are messages trying to get through to you, and you're not listening with my instinct in reverse and my Two of Swords. So something to think about there, Capricorn males. Coming on to Virgo. I have my Queen of Swords with financial constraints. So this could be your own energy if you're a female Virgo. It is usually my Aquarian card. This is Atalanta, the Huntress. Quite an aloof character. If this doesn't sound like you, then it could be someone you're dealing with. Atalanta has very high expectations of everyone. She's actually abandoned by her father because he wanted a male child and she was born female, so he actually abandoned her on a hillside, and she was taken in and raised by bears, I think. She became a ferocious hunter, generally only sort of mixed with men. She was highly revered and respected. She had a lot of integrity and honesty, but she was emotionally shut down in a lot of ways. Disappointment in love that's literally went right back to her birth. And her whole life was basically trying to impress her father sufficiently well in her masculine pursuits for him to accept her. Yeah, so she's a bit of an ambivalent character. She's a little bit like the King of Cups is, who, you know, is a king, but he's very watery and very soft, whereas, you know, she's a queen, but she doesn't have any of a lot of feminine elements to her, to be honest. This is her pouring out a jug of, well, basically emotion. So she's a very, very cold character. She does put any men that come her way through a lot of trials. I think it was her father that eventually, when he sort of accepted her back, because she was basically like, went on a boar hunt and she was the first to kill the boar. She was just, she was a fantastic huntress basically. So he wanted her to get married and she wasn't that keen So she said that they would have to beat her in a race, highly competitive, or she was allowed to kill them if they didn't beat her. So yeah, a lot of men died trying, so to speak. But I forget his name, but there was one, and he did get help from one of the gods. I think it might have been Aphrodite, who sort of, helped him out, and basically he did get to win her. And what he does is when he mates with her for the first time, wherever he did it was in some sort of holy sacred ground, and Zeus just lost the plot, and he turned them both into lions so that they could never mate with one another again. I mean, my poor Queen of Swords. As an Aquarian, I do think this story is quite hilarious. But anyway, I've sort of rambled on there, but I don't think I've ever given you the background on my Queen of Swords for my regulars, so I thought I would share that with you. So financial constraints, this could be you, Virgo, as I said, it could be someone around you, but if you have been suffering from financial constraints, again, something you thought was finished bursts into life, so that could be super positive. In fact, I actually am convinced it's super positive, because I've got it clarified with my Ace of Pentacles, and at the base of the deck, the Sun. Now this could just be some clarity with the Sun here about how you're able to manifest something new into your life. But this Ace of Pentacles is a biggie. I mean, it can be a new job, a raise, promotion, new income, your investments come in. It's very, very focused on inheritance as well, this card, given its background. So if you are in a bit of a financial pickle just now, Virgo females, take heart, because this in the coming week or so should be what's coming your way. So keep your eyes and ears open to any opportunities, because it does look really positive. For my Virgo men, I have the 9 of Wands and the 5 of Cups here. So you could be dealing with a Queen of Swords, an Aquarian, Libra or Gemini, and they're having financial constraints, or this is you and your wife or partner, and that's just where you're at. Money's too tight to mention, so to speak. And the 9 of Wands is really struggling. It is very, it's perseverance as well. But coupled with the 5 of Cups here, this is about abandonment. This is about Eros running away in the wedding night. So, you mean you could have left someone, my Virgo men, and left them in a pickle financially, because it is the Queen of Swords here. It does seem to be suffering financial constraints rather than the Virgo male. I mean, you can switch your genders, guys, but I just don't. It confuses me, and my cards know that, so that's why I stick to my genders. So yeah, if you've left someone, they are possibly struggling financially, Virgo. Trying to think where else that could be. I mean, it can be that they have left you. No, I'm really not getting that, because it is the Queen of Swords that is it's the financial constraints that are around. So yeah, if you've left someone, Virgo, or you're not, you're not with someone just now, you might want to look in on them because they might be struggling financially if you've left them behind here. I mean, if you have got children, I'm just sort of picking up on that 2 of Swords over here. I would hope that you are paying your maintenance or your alimony. But you may be struggling financially yourself. But yet again, I'm going to come back to my Golden Phoenix for your overall message for the week. Virgo, it is really, really positive. So if you are struggling, stay positive, because something is coming back around. Okay, for Taurus, I have the Hanged Man with appreciation. So this is some sort of sacrifice here. This can be quite a depressive card, this Hanged Man. It is a self-sacrifice for something of greater value. I just sort of felt you were being hung up to look at something here, Taurus. And with appreciation, this is my mindfulness card. There's a lot of brambles and thorns and, you know, very unpleasant stuff behind this woman, but she has found one rose to focus her attention on. So this is about staying positive, possibly within a difficult situation. The Hangman is most certainly a difficult situation. It's not the Rider-Waite Hangman where he looks like he's in a very comfortable yoga position and he's just, you know, having a new perspective and a lovely enlightened experience. This is Prometheus, who's hung up for 30 years to get his liver pecked out night after night, where it regrows the next day. So it's not a pleasant experience, this Hanged Man, but it is self-sacrifice usually. It can be sort of a spiritual pause, a time out where I just sort of feel that you've come to a stop, either voluntary or not, Taurus, this week, where you are being made to appreciate the small things in life. Yeah, I just feel it feels like a real slowdown. Everything sort of come to a stop and you are hanging out there and just looking around at what there is in your life that is worth appreciating. You've also come through, no, I'll do my females first. So my female Taurus, I have got you here with the 10 of Wands. And the 5 of Pentacles, kind of similar to this 9 of Wands and the 5 of Cups here for my Virgo males. So this is obviously being quite burdened. This is different. My Mythic Tarot, if you're used to mine, this is my original Mythic Tarot, which is like more than 25 years old. I would love to get a new copy because my 9 of Cups is missing. So if anyone wants to donate an original Mythic Tarot, it's this one here. Please do. They cost hundreds of pounds if you want to get a really good copy. But yeah, so in the original deck it's a female that's in the 10 of Wands here, whereas it's a male in the new Mythic Tarot. Quite something. There we go. So yeah, it's been heavily burdened and troubled. I do often feel in my other deck, I see him more as a card of procrastination and, you know, exhaustion. So there is that here as well. I do feel she looks more troubled. Again, she's got her ears are covered. She's not listening to something here, which is a little bit of the theme of the first card coming out in the 2 of Swords. So with the 5 of Pentacles here, this is worrying about money. This is a fear of financial loss, an actual financial loss, and or a loss of oneself. So there is something really concerning you here, my Taurus females. And I just think it's a week, it is only a weekly reading, where you are going to be put on pause and be made to appreciate what you do have rather than focusing on what you don't have. I really do think that's the message, is to hang on in there, because again we come back to the golden phoenix. Something you thought was finished was burst back into life. So try and put your mind in a more positive view, try and think more positive thoughts, because obviously we are what we think, etc, etc. And just ride this week out as gracefully as you can, is what I would say to that. For my male Taurus, I do have you with your own energy here, the King of Pentacles, which is quite lovely. This is King Midas. Everything he touches turns to gold. Quite a greedy character. He does make a very silly wish that everything he touches turns to gold, to the point he nearly, you know, kills himself because he can't eat anything or drink. And he even loses his daughter. It's a bit of a stupid decision that he's made. But anyway, he's obviously a very resourceful, very stable character. Your energy does seem very stable, although I'm seeing that you are having some mental some concerns this week. I have got this as a mediator, Taurus, so this does not represent you in the King of Pentacles. You may be, you know, come across a male this week whose task is to be a mediator for something. This is someone, my King of Pentacles is usually like a financial advisor, a banker, an accountant, a stockbroker, yeah, insurance man, someone who's involved in finances. So that may be something that, you know, you have going on in your life. Maybe you've got an insurance claim, something like that. But here's your mediator coming in, and he has a gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life, and respects both sides of the argument. I can't see there being any shadow attributes here at all. So this is not you. This is someone you could come into contact this week, or this could be advice that you get someone involved if you need help while you're being hung up here. Because there is something most certainly causing you stress in the Nine of Swords. And you'll know what this stress is, Taurus, because in this Nine of Swords, this is when Orestes has killed his mother. He knows what he's done. There is no backtracking. There's no alibis. There's no excuses for what he's done. He's made an informed decision with full knowledge of the consequences here. So this is obviously something is troubling you, Taurus, and you may need help from someone as a mediator, or this could be your own energy. But very similar to the Taurus female, is absolutely a week of time out and just appreciating the smaller aspects of life. So I'm going to take an advice card for all earth signs for the coming week. Capricorn, Virgo and Taurus, please, Spirit, what advice do you have for earth signs for the coming week? What advice do you have for earth signs for the coming week? Shift your perception. Yeah, I mean, that makes perfect sense. Especially with the Two of Swords here, which is an element of denial. The Hanged Man, who's hung up to actually change his perspective. Well, not so much the Queen of Swords here. She's, yeah, well, her perspective is that she is financially constrained, but at what is coming her way is the Ace of Pentacles and the Sun here. And yeah, no, it's good advice for all of them. I can see that. Hang on. Air Guardian. Yeah, maybe you need to speak to your air sign friends. When this card arises, it's an opportunity to learn about your way of thinking. You are being guided to recognise that not all you see is exactly the way you see it. Sometimes the mind can play games, and sometimes our perception can be wrong. If you are being challenged or feel that there's a lack of clarity and direction in your life at the moment, there's a good chance the way you're thinking or what you're focusing on has a lot to do with that reality. You are being guided to open your eyes and your mind. Love tarot. Go beyond any limits you have set for yourself and recognise that the way you see the world is how you will experience the world. I literally just said that. Opportunities are moving in your direction. Yep. Especially for Capricorn and Virgo, I would say, to be honest. Opportunities move in your direction. They will open up for you if you are ready to do the internal work to support them. So change the way you think and you will change your whole reality. Perfect. Have a great week. Please like, please subscribe if you would like a personal. All my information is below. No songs came through in this reading because I'm having a quiet afternoon. Have a great weekend. Have a great week, and I will catch you soon. Bye.